Good morning, students, campus staff, distinguished guests, any member of government if you are around here, USP students, future students of the University of the South Pacific, where we is done this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, before I start off with my speech, I think when I received the letter from the campus director, Dr. Billy, I had a lot to do with the Chambers of Commerce, the representative body for our private sector in Solomon Islands. And just yesterday when I had a chat with my former teacher, and also a friend as well, Calvin Rore, who I'm leading choir today. Both of them informed me that the number of students that will be attending today will outnumber the number of senior person who will be on the campus. So I've decided to tailor my speech, my statement today, just to focus on my journey as a student like you are now. Today, I'm humbled and blessed to be given this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to stand in front of you all and share my journey through life, education, and work. It was not an easy journey like all of us we experienced. For myself, growing up as the youngest of 7 siblings and the only one to go through education, back from the rural areas in Malita province. Going through education, university level, and then finding job. And today as we gathered here, it's not only about us coming together, but it's about the beautiful tales of stories that lies beneath the faces that looked at me right now. We all have our stories to tell. Our people, our stories, as the theme of this open day is. When I was given the invite letter to speak, I actually don't believe it. I thought some of my friends wants to prank me. Because around in 2012, when I was first get employed in the Chambers of Commerce, me and my friends usually sat around my office table with snacks, and my friends would start calling me CEO. At that time, I was a junior staff in the Solomon Islands Chamber of Commerce. And I would start acting like one and imitating being the CEO of the organization. I was fortunate back then that my actual real CEO did not saw what we are doing back then in the office. But when I read the letter to the end, I saw the signature of the campus director, Dr. Billy. I then convinced it's an official letter. Thank you, Dr. Billy. Today, I'm pleased and honored to be speaking to all of you to share a bit of my journey. And it all started in my education journey back in Kware Community High School in Malita, St. Joseph Tenaru School in Guadalcanal, Sir Dudley Tutti College in Isabel Province, and KG School just next to our campus. Bewildered and uncertain about the next steps to take or go in life. Well, today I want to share the story and what happens. And likely this will be a story where you will live through in the future when you go to the USP campus in Honiara or in Fiji or other campuses around in the region. When I first arrived at the USP in Laudala from Fiji, from Honiara, with a big seaman bag, with less than 10 clothes, I was filled with excitement, as every student would felt. I remember thinking, I am going to change the world. And by change the world, I meant finding the best spots for takeaway food on campus. Because let's just be real, my cooking skills are not that good. And I would describe them as experimental. In my first semester at the USP campus in Fiji, I was juggling classes, social life, and occasional existential crisis. One night I had an essay due, which you will be experiencing in the coming years, or even at high school. I had an essay due, and in a moment of genius, I decided to stay up all night to finish it. Well, spoiler alert, I fell asleep. When I woke up, my paper was masterpiece of incoherent sentences and healthy dose of, well, I should have just written about my cat instead of my dog. Well, what's the lesson there? For us, you will face challenges, and yes, you might miss deadlines, but don't sweat it too much. Life is all about finding humor in those hiccups and those challenges. It's okay to have moments where things don't go as you planned. What's important and is very critical for the progress of our education, your education and my growth, is the ability to bounce back. Now let's talk about the joy and the fun of having group projects. Staka group project tu masa bisa duim ya. Time group project, students we tend to, okay, I want to team up with Mark, Mary, and yes, those wonderful world of collaborating with our peers are fun. I once teamed up with a group to work on a presentation during my first year. University life is quite new to me, but we managed to put our group together. We met so often that we practically become a family. We share food and we share bus fares as well. We bonded over late nights, laughter, and of course, debating, telling stories, fun stories of where we came from, and our journey in school. And the most important component and part to our debating is having snacks in our meetings. But in the end, we also learned that while teamwork makes our dream work, it also lead to a surprise. Who forgot to do research in some moments? Now you might wonder, what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is embrace teamwork and be the one who brings snacks to the meeting. And remember, every chaotic moments in our group is just a stepping stone to building lifelong friendship and understanding how to navigate different personalities, skills that are crucial when you enter into the real world. And then there's the thrill of having exams. Hulo yumina tayo garem exam pa yung para no pressure. Yeah? May wish naman misa have tube na full notebook blumi and then everything stored lo brain. Well, it's exam week and I am surrounded by a mountain of books that seem to mock me. As I started into the abyss of notes, the piles of pages, I suddenly found myself remembering every single detail about my favorite video game that I usually play. And no one knows, even myself, who knew my brain could hold so much about my favorite movie actor, but so little about my business administration course. So here's a tip. Study smart, not hard. Find what works for you, whether it's flashcards or what mode of studies that helps you go through, utilize it, and make the best out of it. And if all fails, channel your inner passion, bold, fierce, and ready to take on anything in life. So, as you prepare to embark on this journey, I encourage you to dive in headfirst. Look at the opportunities that is ahead of you now. Engage, learn, and create your own unique story in life. The world, Solomon Islands, and the Pacific needs your unique voice, your ideas, and most importantly, your story. Just as today's theme of this open day, our people, our stories. As you take this next step in your journey, remember that I was once exactly where you are, sitting under the rain trees in Tenaru School, the 10 Aru trees, and learning about life. So, as you take this next step in your journey, remember that I was exactly, as I told you, where you are today. Not sure which university to go or to study at, what course to take, let alone what I wanted to do when I returned home, is to be someone in my life. But look what those first steps I took with the University of the South Pacific got me here today, standing here and sharing my story to you all. When I came on board the Solomon Islands Chamber of Commerce and Industry as its CEO, I realized how the country needs you, the human resources, needs you, the private sector business operators, needs you, the doctors, needs you, the engineers, to lead and save our people in the future. The song that the Solomon Islands Chamber of Commerce, our private sector, sang throughout in the past and now and into the future is actually the engine of growth. And when we speak about the engine of growth, we are talking about businesses making money to ensure that jobs are created and to ensure that the economy of this country is on a high-performing economy. And today, you who we are here today, we are the resources of this country, of this nation, the great nation of Solomon Islands. Today and in the near future, we need more doctors. We need more entrepreneurs. We need more businesses. And I am happy that you are all listening today. And I'm speaking to around over 500 businesses for Solomon Islands in the next 20 years or 15 years. If I live to that year, I am very happy to see you all get into business and do business and create more jobs for our people. I would like to also acknowledge our forefathers, the leaders from the helm of our country, right down to our small dwellings and family units, our parents included, and our guidance, for their leadership and dedication in ensuring we progress in all that we do for our education. My fellow colleagues, I'm saying colleagues here because I'm a student of the University of the South Pacific, and I believe you will make the decision today to be a student of our USP in the next year or the next 2 years. As a two-time alumni of USP, having studied my Bachelor of Public Management and a Master's in Business Administration, it was a fun journey, and I don't regret the journey that I made with USP in pursuing my studies. So please make your decisions, prioritize your education journey, and remember to have a higher motivation and a bigger dream in your growth. As I look back, in fact, I truly acknowledge and appreciate the decisions I made in life. Decisions that favors my educational growth over everything else, and the value I got from my families, friends, and people that surrounds me in life through my journey. In fact, I would not be standing in front of you all today had it not been for those first steps of faith that I took back during my high school days, my primary school days, and my university days. Thank you, Dr. Billy and the USP team, for letting me share my piece of journey. I can't wait to see incredible stories, as I've said earlier on today, behind the faces that we sit here. We have a lot of good stories to tell. And I can't wait to see the incredible stories you all create at USP, should you choose to study here. And I encourage you to study at USP to create your history and your story here.